Welcome to Learn with Turing. My name is Jose and I'm here to make the learning process simpler for you. In the previous video, we connected our Arduino to our Node.js application using serial communication. If you haven't watched it yet, click on the link into the description section below and watch it, because today we are going to use WebSockets to connect our Arduino to our React application using Node.js. WebSockets build a real-time application by establishing a two-way communication between the client and the server, also referred to by a full duplex connection. Imagining an online football game where the players are playing the same game in different places around the world, and every time a player makes a move, his opponent needs to know what move that was to plan his next move. Now, what's the best way to show the players and update the game? We can ask them to refresh their browser every few seconds and fetch the data using an HTTP request. But does that make sense? A professional football player can run over 30 km/h. If we wait 1 second to refresh the page and get the new data, the player could be 8 meters away from the initial position. And that's not a good deal for real-time applications. And that is when WebSockets come in. The first step is the client will send an HTTP request to the server asking to open a connection. If the servers agree, it will respond with a one-to-one status coding and switch the protocol. And at that point, it will have a TCP/IP bidirectional communication established, and the handshake is completed, allowing bidirectional communication between the client and the server with a very low latency. And the communication will still open until the client or the server drops off, and then the TCP resource could be unallocated. And for learning process today, we're gonna build our project using socket.io. We can use WebSockets for many other purposes, and today we're gonna use it to sync LEDs controlled by an Arduino with the background color of a React application. Today we're going to use Socket.io to establish a bidirectional and low latency communication for every platform. So we're going to use it to basically to sync our LEDs controlled by an Arduino with the background of a React application using Node.js. Here is the Node module for that, Socket.io. You can store it in your application. It's over 3 million downloads weekly. Here is the Git repo. As you can see, they have 5 open PR, and if you scroll down, you see I have 1 open PR for them. That's my contribution. So basically what I'm doing there is the same that I'm sharing with you. I'll put the link into the description section below and you can download it and play around with this. Now you know a little bit about WebSockets. Let's use them in our application. And here we have our Node.js application. I'm going to share the link with you guys for the repo. You can download and play around with this. I will start with the docs. Okay, so I'll create a new file called server.ts, and that's what we are gonna do today. We're going to create a WebSocket server. We are going to allow cores for localhost 3000 and create event emitters, and then we are going to send the message from the Arduino to Node.js, the Node.js to React.js applications. And I'm going to start installing Socket.io. Once we have it installed, first I'm going to import Socket.io to import server to allow cores for localhost 3000. I'm going to create a new event emitter. It's here. I have to save the status is connected to true, and here I have to set it to true, which is this. I emit an event. I have to create an object, and then I have to call my custom event emitter on connect. Let's move to the next one. On Arduino disconnect, I'm going to do set the status to false, and then I have to dispatch this event. There you go. On Arduino receive message. Here I am changing the color on the Arduino, and then I will emit this event, and then I will forward the LED color. Okay, let's start with this. So I'm going to list the on connect to send a message to the client with the device status on device connect. If I'm not connected, so if the device is not connected, I will send on device disconnected. So let's get this. It comes from our custom event emitter. So let's see. Okay, and then on disconnected message received, on disconnected, on data received message, and then we're gonna meet on data received. In that case, we receive data here, and then let's forward data. Let's test it and see what happened. So first, the front end needs an event like this, same pattern. So I'm sending message, so we need to convert that to hexadecimal. Let's stop the server again. Let's work with data. So let's create a const, color is data. Then let's rename it. Okay, data. We receive color, and then let's see again. Okay, here's the hexadecimal, and let's see now. Okay. Okay, now it's working fine. Alright, so this is it for today. If you enjoyed this video, consider me give a big fat thumbs up. In the next episode, I'll bring the React application with React hooks. We are going to control our LED from the React application using React hooks. Till then, don't forget to subscribe to Turing.com and keep your learning speed alive.